This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
To throw on second is Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Griffin. And the ball is knocked out. And the Colts pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. That's taken on the 25. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Luck. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts add on to their lead. Vinatieri now for the point after. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 1st down, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Come back.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A good pickup there at 22.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. To throw is Watson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Luck on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Luck. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding what receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with third and just a couple.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Come back, come back. Richmond.
3rd and 2, Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston in there to get him well behind the line of scrimmage. Gosh, it's a loss of 17, and it'll be 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
Hurry. 1, 6, 2, 1. 1, 6, 7, 1.
From the end zone, Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big way.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Underneath for Miller. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. The Texans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
Come back. Richmond.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Luck now to throw, and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The 4-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Let it roll.
Here's Locke. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. Now a first down throw, Locke. Buying time to his left. Got some real estate inside the 30. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On first down, it's Locke. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30, past the 20, and they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And running with power here. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And with great field position here, chance for some points before the break.
That's prime real estate. Just have to decide how they want to try and take their shot to try and put those points on the board.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. So we hit halftime here. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
He's going to and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll
try and get the run game going. This is Miller. Fights him off. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. This is brought in at the 21. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's going to go for... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the...
And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 37. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. To throw is Watson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. The Texans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Hines, he's trying to carve out a bigger role in that Indy backfield. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. On 1st and 10, Locke eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it, no one got it. 2nd and 10, Luck again. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Here's Luck. Shakes off the sack. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46.
Let's go, Mexico!
A shotgun snap for Luck. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And Luck opting not to run a play. He's going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Locke. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Third and long, it's Locke. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Miller. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back now in Indianapolis. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Watson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his 1st career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a 3rd-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
After the interception, it's Locke. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
It's caught at the 10. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 1st touchdown on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Luck on 1st down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Come back, come back.
On first down, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 11.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw on second down is Locke. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Well, that'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. On first down, Locke. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and, yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it's helped his legs along the way as well.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Whitney Merciless, able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Luck. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Locke. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he stopped immediately there. Pierre Desir in on the stop.
So after that stop, you know that third down is not a gimme if you're on the offensive team. So what are you going to do? Run it again? Or maybe you go play action and try and throw the ball and pick up the necessary yardage.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Here's Watson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fuller. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Come back.
From the red zone now, Watson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Watson going to give this one to Miller. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What do I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.